So Rahul, should we start with the interview?
Yes, sir.
Okay, you can write any array and give me an example for the reduce function.
Okay, sir.
Write any array with six to seven elements and do the reduce function
Okay,
on
sir.
it. Yes,
We create arrays around 6 elements.
six elements. Okay, that's fine.
Reduce is a array function. In that reduce function, we need to pass a callback function. In the callback function, it takes two arguments. First one is the accumulator, and second one is the current value.
Okay,
Accumulator value is a you can initialize the accumulator value in the second argument,
okay.
second
Just
parameter.
okay. Go ahead and
Okay.
tell me what you are doing with the help of reduce function. Are you
It's
multiplying each
it's
element?
combined the all of these things and giving a single value.
Yeah, you are combining it, but what you are doing? You are
Yes.
multiplying every element or
I'm
like
multiplying.
okay.
I'm addition it.
Do multiplication of each element.
Okay, sir.
Okay.
Okay, sir.
Yeah. Is this code written is right?
In that way, I will get sir result.
Okay. You can go ahead with the output.
Reduce text callback function. Fill value by 0.
You have initialized the accumulator as 0.
Yeah, the result will get zero.
Okay. Okay.
Because we are giving zero initial value. That's why its multiplication zero will be zero. That's why it will give zero. That's why
Okay.
I'm
Uh
giving.
okay. Okay, fine. So Rahul, you have
Hmm.
done the multiplication of each element. Now,
Yes.
can you change the condition accumulator less than current? You have written multiplication, right? You have to
Yes, sir.
write
Yes.
you have to write the sign as less than, and then tell me what will be the output.
Is that sir?
Yes.
Okay. Accumulator. First one value is one. One greater than equal to true. Uh, the first one is a accumulator will be 1 and the current value will be 2. So in that case it will check the 1 less than equal to 2. That's true. So it will give you true. That means I think it's 1 greater than equal to 2. That's true.
What will be the final output? Just let me know.
The final output will be, I think, 6.
Final output will be 6.
Yes. I think it's written true. That's why.
Can you tell me why it will be 6?
It's compare, first of all, it's comparing the two grid less than equal 1 less than equal to 2. It's true.
Okay.
After that, its current value will be 2, and the accumulator value will be 2 and current value will be 3. Then again it's compare, again it's true, then that's why in that way I can say true.
So that will be 6. You are telling me the output as 6, right?
Yes, sir.
What will be the last condition?
Last condition is a 5 less than 6, I think.
5 less than 6. Accumulator will have 5.
And current value will be 6.
Are you sure on this? Accumulator will be having previous resultant value.
Yes, sir. Whatever you written, that will be stored in the accumulator.
Yeah, so now what will be the accumulator?
It's compare 4 greater than its accumulator will be true.
Okay,
Accumulator will be true, and its current value will be 6.
okay. So the output will be 6, you meant to say.
True, huh? Output will be 6 because true is converted 1,
Okay,
then
the
6.
last condition will be true less than 6. Am I right?
Yes, sir.
And the output will be 6 because of that.
True less than 6. Yes, sir.
True less than 6, that for that the output will be 6. I'm asking again. Is it so?
Yes, sir.
Okay, run the code.
It gives true.
Okay, you told me, just comment this all out. Write console log of true less than 6. Console log of true
True
less than 6.
6.
And you told me output will be true. Output will be 6.
6.
Now run this now.
Output will be true.
So why you told me 6? So why it printed true?
True will be converted into a number that will be
Yes,
1 100.
yes, 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 yes. You got it right?
Yes, sir.
Okay, okay, okay. Okay, okay. Write a function. You write a function.
Function.
Write a function and okay. You have written okay. Whatever name. Okay, fun. Okay. Inside the function, write any variable with a value 100
Hundred.
and keep that variable with var keyword. Instead of const, you have to write var. Yeah.
Where? Okay.
And before this statement var num equals to 100, you have to write console log of num.
So, is it?
Okay, that's fine. That's fine. Okay. Now you have to just copy this statement var num equals to 100
Okay,
and
sir.
you have to write this before the function. Before the function, you have to write this statement.
Yes, sir.
Yes, yes, yes. And after the function, you have to write console log of
So log.
write num function. We are calling it inside the console log. Okay.
Num function.
Fun, sorry, fun function.
Uh,
Okay. And the
uh,
num which is written outside where num equals to 100. Instead of that, you can write 500.
Here.
Yes.
500.
Okay. Now tell me what will be the output and why.
First of all, if you call that function, it's going to that function inside. Then it's trying to assess the num,
Okay.
uh, but they can't find in the num. Outside they find. In that case, I think it will be printed 500 and undefined.
500 and undefined.
If you create a function by default return undefined. You can't return anything in that function.
Okay. It is returning nothing and that's why it is printing undefined.
Yes.
Okay, that's fine. And the 500, why it will print 500?
First of all, it's going num.
Num. Okay.
It's a var variable. It's stored in the local scope of this function.
Okay.
Uh, but you assess, trying to assess before initialization.
Okay.
It gives undefined. That's why.
No, no, you told me 500 and undefined.
No, it will call that function. In that function, the local variable num will be created.
Okay, the local scope will be created.
local
Okay.
local scope will be created, num will be created, and initially that in the compilation phase that will be undefined.
Okay.
After that it will be initial. You are trying to access num before initialization.
Okay.
It's given undefined.
Okay. So output will be
Undefined.
okay. So but you told me 500. So that was
Yes
wrong,
sir.
you meant to say. That was not correct.
That was wrong. That was not correct. It was
Okay.
correct. Undefined.
Undefined. Okay. So the variable which is used outside the function want to overlap.
It's stored on the global scope.
So will that num can be accessed inside the function?
Yes sir, I think that's
So it will take 500, you mean to say? I'm just asking, around.
yes, it will be access 500 and undefined.
So it will be 500 and undefined. Are you sure on this?
Yes sir. Yes sir.
Okay. Run
It will be
this.
500 undefined.
500 undefined. Run this. Why you change the answer? Because just I asked you that the global scope will get accessed. Okay, now you got it. Undefined will get print. Now,
Yes.
why do you think 500 is not printed and here undefined is printed? The second one undefined,
Uh,
I got it. That return, it is not returning anything, and that's why
yes,
it
sir.
printed undefined.
Uh,
But
yes.
inside the function, the console log, why you told me 500 will get printed, but here it is printing undefined. Now why it is printing undefined?
Because first of all, it's trying to assess num.
Yeah, and
It not get.
so num variable it is
He's
outside.
find on the lexical. I think that's why I'm saying
Okay, okay.
lexical
So
scope. That is.
you told me outside scope will get access, the global one, global variable,
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
but here it is not accessing.
Yes, sir. That is my mistake.
So why is it so? Like, I want to know the reason.
Because you are already declared a num variable in the
Yeah,
local function.
okay, num variable is declared, but outside
Yes,
is
sir.
also declared, right?
Whenever you declare, that will be most preferable. That one is most preferable.
Yeah,
If you use
which declaration is more preferable?
in the if you create a variable the same name using that inside the function, that will be preferable first one. After that you will not get that
The
thing, then you will
function
access
which
lexicon.
is the variable which is inside the function is more preferable.
Yes sir.
So that what it is known as. The function it is inside it, inside the function. So what that variable is known as?
That variable known as a local variable.
Local. Yes. So the local scope will get preferred. Okay.
Local scope will be preferred, sir. That's all.
Okay. 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 You can remove this all. You can. Okay, fine. Write console logger. Let it be as it is. Go to the next statement.
Yes.
Write function of ABC, and inside the function you have to write console log of PQR as a string.
PQR.
As a string. Okay. And outside the function, like after the function ABC, you have to write, just call the function ABC, and in the console log, the first statement, you have to write inside the console log as ABC function.
ABC function.
Yes,
Call
you
that
have to
function.
call it. Yes, yes. Just call it inside the console log. Okay, now tell me what will be the output and why.
The output will be PQR and PQR.
PQR, PQR.
Yes.
Are you sure on this?
Yes, sir.
Are you seeing it carefully?
Yes, sir.
So are you sure like it will be printing PQR, PQR?
Yes, sir. Because function, when you create like a normal function, that will be
Yeah.
stored in the globally. That's why it can accessible.
See,
If you create error function, that initially that will be undefined. But if you create a normal function, that then exactly that will be stored in the globally.
okay. So there is nothing else. It will get printed.
It will printed PQR PQR.
Okay, run this.
PQR undefined, PQR undefined. It will
Okay.
print it.
PQR undefined, PQR undefined.
Yes, sir.
Two times undefined.
Two teams undefined. Because when you can't return anything, that's why
S-
undefined.
See the first statement console log.
Okay.
What it will print there?
It will be printed for PQR undefined.
Okay, PQR undefined. Okay, fine. And on the function calling, it will print again PQR undefined.
Yes, sir.
Why undefined will get print on this end?
Because whenever you call the function again, it will be printed console logger and you can't return anything. That's why it's written.
Okay, just change it with console log of.
It's not written. It's console log. You could do console log, then at that time it's
No, no,
undefined.
but you
You
told
can't.
me it will print PQR and undefined as well.
No, no. I think it's also console log. That's why I'm saying.
Okay, okay. So what will be
It's
the
just
output here?
just the output will be here is PQR undefined and only PQR. It's
Okay,
undefined and not
okay,
PQR.
okay.
When
That's fine. That's fine. That's fine. Yep, that will be the output. Okay. Tell me, what is first class function?
first class function, whenever you create a variable and
Yeah.
given assign a function to a variable, that's called first class function. And
Can you?
also you can
Yeah, yeah.
pass a
Go ahead.
function as an also function pass a function as an argument, that is also a partial function.
Okay. So then, what is higher order function?
If you pass a function as an argument or return the function, return a callback function, that's called higher order function.
An example of higher order function?
Means if you create a function, if you create another function, in the another so first function you pass as an argument, that's called higher order function. You can
Yeah, yeah. Like any examples? Like, is there
okay
any
sir.
higher order function example that you can
Next,
think of?
okay
Like,
then.
there are inbuilt functions, right? For
Okay.
example, there are.
Inbuilt function, map, filter, reduce, these are some higher order functions, sir.
Okay, okay, fine, fine. Can you show me an example of first class function?
First class function, first class function. This is the example.
Okay, you can remove this all out. Write a function with any name a, b, c, x, y, z, whatever. Okay, inside the
With
function write return
return
function, write return function.
return
Function,
function.
yes, you have to write function fun, yes, yes, and just do parenthesis and all, and inside that function write, yes, write console log of Rahul.
In the strings.
Yes, in the string, and you have to call this function with the abc. Yep. Yes, and tell me, firstly, tell me the code you have written. Is it perfectly right or any minor changes required?
Return function. No. It's perfectly written, sir.
It's perfectly fine.
Yes, sir.
Are you sure?
Function and that function that will be written. Yes, sir.
Okay, run this then.
Nothing happened because you can't console log it.
Why we are unable to print Rahul?
You should return in that function also inside the function.
Do you know when we write a function inside a function?
In the higher order function, we return the function inside the function that is also called a higher order function.
Have you tried function currying?
Yes, sir.
So do you think it is one of the examples of function currying?
Yes, it is one of the example.
So can you just think on this whether you can turn it into this function currying?
Yes, sir. In that way,
Yes, yes, yes. And the output will be,
the output will be console log Rahul undefined.
what will be the output?
Rahul and
Come again.
undefined. Rahul and
Rahul.
undefined.
Rahul and undefined.
Yes, sir.
Why undefined?
Because its function can't return anything if you call that function.
Okay, just run this code then. Yeah, so undefined it doesn't print. Why is it so?
I think in the nested function that undefined will be not printed.
Okay, write console log of ABC. Just put it in console log. The ABC.
Yes, sir.
Go ahead with another parenthesis. Yep. Now
Yes,
what?
sir.
No, don't run this. Just tell me what will be the output.
Yes, sir. The same mistake I have repeat that in that case it's printed Rahul undefined. If you
Okay.
console log here,
Okay. So
so
now it
after
will be Rahul undefined, right?
yes, yes, sir.
Okay. 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 Fine. Okay. Okay. You can remove this out. Write any array. Take any five.
Array.
Take any five elements.
Right.
Oh. Okay. Can you empty the array? Give me any two methods to empty the array.
Array dot length equal to 0,
Okay, that is one of them.
and after that array equal to
Equal to
you need to push everything into splice method.
splice method.
Yes,
What splice method does? Can you just tell me?
splice method takes a index first parameter as
No,
an
no.
index.
Just
Second,
tell me what it generally does, and then you can go ahead with
it's
the
it's
execution.
it's modified, delete or adding for in the array.
It modifies and
Deleting and adding something if you want, then That will
So
does
that is a
like splice.
modification, right?
Yes, sir.
So it does only modification, you mean to say.
No, it also delete the array into the element.
Okay, yeah. Can you please go ahead with the splice method and remove all the elements of the array?
Array dot. I think in that way, I'm not sure, but in that way I can do it. Yes.
Okay. Okay, you told me splice method and the other method you told me is array dot length, right?
Array dot length equal
Okay,
to zero.
okay, that's fine. Any other methods if you can try out? If no, then that's not a worry. Just if you know it, you can let me know.
If you original array or copied any array,
No, no, no. You have to just you told me two methods, right? To
yes, yes,
remove.
sir.
Is there any other methods?
That's.
If you know it,
Let me think about.
yeah. If you know it, it's fine. If you don't know, that's also fine.
Okay, sir. So let me think. Sir, any other method exist or not? Slice method. Slice gives a subset of the array. You can one by one on shift method. A shift method you can use.
Set method,
Shift method. If you use
shift method. So
in the
that
array, you can use for loop
you will do one by one. You meant to say
one by one. Yes, sir. Shift method.
you will do one by one, or you will use any
For loop, sir.
for
For
loop.
loop inside the
Okay,
for loop.
okay. That's great. That's great. Okay, that's great. Can you please remove this all out? Write an object. Let's c equals to, yeah, c equals to write an object with name Rahul. Okay,
Now,
after the object write let d. You can write const d.
const d,
Okay, and on the next line write d equals to c,
d equal to c.
and c dot name equals to, you have to write Kumar.
Umar,
Yes, and on the next line write console log of d dot name.
d dot name.
Yeah, in console log. Okay, okay, that's fine. Okay. Now tell me what will be the output and why.
I think cos c good. Right? Const d equal to c. I think it will give error.
It will give error. Why is it so?
Is it here? I'm using const. That's why.
You are using
Here,
const, that's why you will receive error. Okay.
c dot name deviation const d to d. No, it's c dot name equal to c dot name equal to Kumar, and that will be modified as Kumar. Console log d dot name. It will be d dot name equal to Kumar, I think.
It will be Kumar. Are you
It
sure?
will be printed. Uh, it will be created print. After that, it will be if you copy it like this, the address will be
Okay,
copied.
Rahul, just tell me what's the concept we are using here, and then you can let me know what will be the output.
In that case, if you copy it like this, the reference will be copied. Object address will be copied here. That's why when we
Can you please come again?
whenever you copy it like this, d equal to c,
Okay.
then the object address will be copied. It's not created new object,
Uh,
its object address reference will be copied.
okay. Okay. Reference address will
So
be
in that
copied.
case,
Okay.
if you change c dot name Kumar, that is also modification on the d dot name.
Okay.
D dot name. That's why whenever you d dot name, that will printed Kumar.
Okay. Okay. So output will be Kumar, you want to say.
Yes, sir.
Okay. That's fine. That's fine. That's correct. Okay. You can remove this out. Okay. You have done the function currying, right?
Yes, sir.
Can you show me an example for infinite currying?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Please go ahead with this.
Function. Function inside the integer function. Value to.
You have to do addition of six numbers.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Um, Infinite currying return function. Function infinite currying value return the function. If value will not exist, then it's return the value one. After that, we call the recursion value one and value two. Mm, yes, that is the function. Function infinite currying.
Okay. 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 Can you tell me what's the process you have used? Like,
First of all, it's currying one and two. One value one and two is value two.
okay.
If value two will not exist, then it's in that case its function will run. So value two will exist. That's why it's going to the that function infinite currying value one plus value two, one
Okay.
plus two and three. That's why it's called infinite currying again. It's called the recursion method. After that, the value three and four, three and three. The value one with three and value two also three. It's also exists. That's why it's called again infinite currying. And
Okay.
then in that way that will process. After that, if you get empty exist, then in that case that will be happen. It's true. Then it's return the value one. It's gonna return the all of this combined, and it's written
Okay.
in the
Okay.
last.
Rahul, why we haven't used here function currying? Why we need infinite currying?
When in the function currying we have limited access. If you whatever amount of create function that will be access. In the function currying you call multiple functions.
Okay. So we have to do with the multiple. We have to write more functions.
Mul-
You meant to say?
Whatever you want you can function calls.
Okay. Okay. Fine. We'll move to React.js. Can you
Yes.
tell me, like, out of 10, what you will rate yourself in React out of 10?
Seven.
Can you tell me, firstly, React, whether it is a framework or a library?
It's a library, sir.
It's a library. Okay. So can you tell me the difference between a framework and a library?
In the framework we can have inbuilt function. We don't need to use install dependencies. But in the library we need to use some dependencies to use some functions.
Okay. So which is better?
In terms of large applications, since the framework is better.
Framework is better. So because library has limited.
You need to access limited, but in the framework, inbuilt function will be exist.
Okay. Can you tell me the difference between a virtual DOM and real DOM?
Uh, I think Angular uses real DOM and React uses virtual DOM.
Okay.
Virtual DOM, it's a lightweight and it's a copy of real DOM that uses React. Uh, it's update the necessary parts, whatever you he wants in the virtual DOM. Needed part that needed. It's increase the performance also in user experience.
Okay. Okay.
That's why React is faster in terms of Angular.
Okay.
It
Okay.
uses your
Okay.
own virtual DOM.
Okay. Fine. So you told me one of the difference of React and Angular. Can you tell me more differences of React and Angular?
I think Angular uses TypeScript. TypeScript is a strict format of JavaScript.
Okay. Okay. So React can't use TypeScript.
Yes, it can't use, but you need to. If you want to use, then you need to install dependencies.
Okay. Any more differences?
Uh,
Okay. Fine. No worries, Rahul. Can you tell me the role
both
of
are both are uses for single page applications, React and Angular.
okay, 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 fine, fine, Rahul. Just tell me the role of fragment in JSX.
It's it's combined multiple elements together without adding extra element to the DOM, sir.
Okay, and what is JSX?
JSX stands for some JavaScript syntax extension. It's a program to write HTML like code in JavaScript files, sir.
So
After that,
okay, go yeah,
uh,
yeah, go ahead, go ahead.
it's a program to write HTML like code in JavaScript file. It stands for JavaScript syntax extension. After that, the Babel will convert that JSX code to simple JavaScript code that browser can understand. Babel is a JavaScript compiler, sir.
Okay, okay, fine, fine. Okay, there is a term browser list. Do you know
From
browser
browser
list?
list.
What is?
Browser list.
Yes, we use
I don't
in
know, sir.
package.json file. There is a browser list.
No, sir. I
Okay,
don't.
no worries, no worries. So, you have used functional or you have used class components or you have used both?
I'm using functional component, but I know class components as well.
Okay,
Some basic concepts about, sir.
that's great. That's great. Can you tell me the role of render method?
Render method is written the React elements, sir, in the JavaScript in the React.
Okay, there is a term code splitting.
It's code splitting means if you have large amount of code, you can split chunks in this code,
So
multiple parts.
what's the advantage of it?
It takes lots of time to execute that thing. That's why if you split that code, that's why it's take small amount of time to execute that. I think.
Okay, to improve the React application performance,
Yes, sir.
what are the different ways through which we can improve it?
We can use lazy loading, and also you can use memo, use callback. Also using debouncing, throttling processes. Some process you can use.
We can't use.
Memoization.
Okay, we can use memoization. Okay, we can't use
Um,
code splitting for it.
yes, sir. You can use code splitting also.
Okay. What is lazy loading?
With the help of lazy loading, whenever the user is required at that time, that component will be load.
So what's the use of it?
It's to increase the performance. It's not in the initial time whenever you load that page, that will be not loaded. It's improve the performance basically.
Okay,
Whenever
okay,
the user needs at that time, that component will be rendered.
okay. There is a use state and use reducer.
Yes, sir.
Have you used use reducer hook?
Yes, sir.
So can you tell me the similarities of use state
Uh,
and use reducer hook?
Basically, use state is a local variable as an local variable in a component. Whenever you change the use state variable, the component will be re-rendered. And use reducer hook for complex state If you have complex state, then in that case you can use reducer.
S-
And in
So
the
can you tell me what's the complex state means?
suppose if you have lots of states and you can given, in that case you can use
Okay, this can't be done with the help of use state.
you. This is also done, but it's easier for debugging purposes.
Okay.
And use reducer takes two things. First one is a reducer, and second one is initial state. After that, use reducer function returns the array. It's in that array we have content, state, and dispatch function. With the help of dispatch function, we change the state also.
Okay, what are higher order components?
Those component who takes as a component argument.
Okay. Okay, so the component which takes the component as an argument, you are telling.
Yes.
Okay, can you give me any examples like when should we use higher order components?
In the class components, we can basically it's used in the fun- class function.
Suppose there are few scenarios arises, okay? And
Yes, sir.
what will be those scenarios? When should we use higher order components? In which scenarios we should be using it?
So whenever we want that component and another component, so in that case we need to wrap that component in the class. I think as far as I know. In the last, whenever you export at that time, you wrap that component.
Okay. There is a stateless and a stateful. Have you heard of term stateless and stateful?
Yes, sir.
So can you tell me the difference between these two terms?
Stateless is stateless component is also known as a functional component, sir, and a stateful component is also known as a class component. Basically, in the stateless component, we accept the data and simply accepts data and show as a form. But in the stateful component, it's implement lots of logic and syntax.
Okay. Use memo and use callback. There is
Yes, sir.
certain difference. So can you tell me those differences?
Use memo, use callback, both are using for memo is the application when increase the performance of the application.
Okay.
It's written the different type of value, such as once use memo return the memo is value, whereas use callback returns the memo is function.
Okay. It returns the memories function. Okay. Fine. Okay. Rahul, we will move to HTML. Okay.
Yes, sir.
Can you tell me what is multi-part form data?
With the help of multi-part form data, you can pass the uh, large files,
Okay.
accepts the large files.
Large files. Okay. Okay. If we want to club two or more rows or two or more columns
Yes, sir.
in the HTML table,
Yes.
how will you go about it?
Using row span, column span,
Call span and
call span, row span.
row span. Okay. 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 There is a certain difference between a figure tag and image tag.
Yes, sir.
Can you tell me the difference?
Basically, figure tag is used for symmetrically organize the image, videos, and audios or block of code in the HTML page. Figure tag used as a container and it's an inline element. But whereas image tag is used for if you want to show a image in the HTML page, in that case we can use image tag.
Okay,
It's
just to
a
add the image.
ask the image
Okay.
and image tag only insert the image. It can't insert anything. Only insert URL, image URL, and it's a void tag. It's also image tag also a void tag, and
Uh,
that's also called self-closing tag or empty tag.
okay. What are empty elements?
Empty elements are those who don't have self-closing tag,
Okay.
closing tag.
Any examples?
Examples are input tag, br tag, headset tag, image tag.
Okay. There is a required attribute in HTML.
Whenever you want that input will be required necessary at that time you use required attribute. Suppose in that case, for example, in the password case, email case, in
Hmm.
the some scenarios we can use required attribute.
Yes, yes, okay. There is a marquee tag. Can you tell me
Yes, sir.
what it is?
Market tag usually shows a scrolling effect of text and image.
Okay. So we can scroll anywhere, you mean to say.
In the
Left, right.
market tag. Then, yes, sir, left right. With the
Okay, left, right. That's it.
means that's it. I know, but we did documentation. It gives the attributes, some attributes with
Have
the
you
help
used
of
the marquee
attribute.
tag in any of the projects?
No, sir.
Okay, no worries. There is a term fig caption.
Pick caption, yes, sir.
Yeah, so what does it mean?
It is used in the figure tag inside the figure tag for adding a caption.
Okay, like, okay, okay, fine. There are certain tags to display a table.
Yes, sir. THTD. These are some
THTD,
good.
any more? Do you know?
TD, TH, TR.
Okay, okay. TDTSTR, okay. There is a manifest file in HTML file. Do you do you know about this?
I see, but I don't know about this. I see manifest tag in the HTML boilerplate. I think,
Okay, okay. No worries.
but I don't know about this.
No worries, no worries. Okay, we'll move to CSS. Can you tell me there is an important property?
Yes, sir.
So can you tell me what it is?
Whenever you use important property, then if that property is not applied, that property applies. If you use important.
Okay,
So for example, if you write something override that if you don't apply, then in that case you can use important.
yeah, okay, fine. Are you aware about CSS combinators?
No, sir.
Okay, fine. CSS transitions.
Yes, sir.
Can you tell me about that?
With the help of transition, we can be smooth the behavior transition all 0.2 second is in out with the help of transition all, and you can give the time. After that, you can ease in out how the behavior will ease in, ease out, ease in out. These are some properties.
Have you used the transform property?
Yeah, yes, sir.
Okay. Okay, fine. How can we add gradients?
Linear gradient using
Linear gradient. Okay. What it does?
it does rows and columns. Means grid. It's creates a grid.
Okay. What are pseudo elements in CSS?
Pseudo element before after. These are some pseudo element.
Okay. So what it does then? What before does and what after does?
Before does it's if you have image, if you add something on the before, then it's added on the before. If you use after, in the second part that will be added after that image after inside the image that will be added.
Can you tell me about CSS box model?
Box model.
Yes.
First of all, we have
So
wait.
there, so there are certain layers. Okay, you know
Yes,
it,
sir.
right?
Yes,
So
yes,
there is a
yes.
content innermost.
Content.
Now
Yes.
go from there in the order wise content, and then what it will happen.
Content padding.
Then
After that, we have margin.
after padding there will be margin.
After padding, border margin.
Okay, so content will be there first, then
Content, then padding.
padding. Yes,
Then we have border, then margin.
border and okay, fine, fine, fine. Okay, there is a universal selector.
Yes, sir.
So why we use universal selector?
I think universe selector it selects the all elements of any type. It applies all the elements. That's why. If you want to apply a property of all the elements, that's why in that case we can use universal selector. It's represented as star.
There are any other selectors as well?
Yes, ID selector, class selector, element selector.
Can you tell me the priority order of this?
I think first priority inline
Okay,
ID.
okay,
After that class,
okay.
then pseudo element,
Sure,
element selector,
okay,
element selector, your pseudo element selector. These are some.
okay, okay. Okay, you are aware of Redux, right?
Yes, sir.
What are the three main blocks of Redux?
Actions, reducer, dispatch, selector, store,
Action, dispatch, reducer.
store.
So, can you tell me what action does?
Actions is a function.
Okay,
When whatever you want to update, then you can write on the actions.
Redux, it has the counterpart context API.
Yes, sir. Behind this in Redux, we also uses context API.
Okay, so can you tell me why we need to move to Redux? Why we can't use context API?
Because if you have small application, in that case, context API is good for avoiding prop drilling. But if you have large application, we don't to rectify it. That's why for debugging purposes, it can manage us. That's why you need to move to Redux.
Okay, so
To
bigger application you mean to say?
the bigger and complex applications, we need to
Okay,
use
okay,
Redux.
bigger and complex. So in what terms you are saying bigger?
Bigger means if you have lots of states,
Okay,
manage.
okay. I guess Rahul, that's it for the interview.
Yes, sir. Thank you, sir.
Yeah, any queries, any concerns you have?
So, sir,